We recording?
Yes, we're recording.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Hi.
We are silly and sillier
Mm-hmm.
here with Herpetology of the Apocalypse,
Yes, which in itself is also very silly.
a Homestuck commentary. And that's our full name now. Uh-oh. We got a pop up here.
Oh my god, stop messing with me. It's like, hey, let me pop all the things in front of your screen. Whatever, be gone.
No.
Stop it, I don't need you, GOG.
Never let your laptop update. Never. Never.
It just was closed. It shouldn't have updated, man.
Okay.
I didn't say yes, and it still was like, wee.
Silence equals consent.
Mm-hmm. Yay.
Yay. All right.
Hi.
Should we start? We should start.
We probably should.
Okay, wait. First, do the eyebrow wiggle.
Okay. Wait, hold on.
There we go. Come on. There we go. Like, everybody's got silly human tricks, and that's one of yours. And I'm always just like, that is the coolest thing ever. And
I used to be able to do it a lot better when I was a kid. Because back then I was doing it a lot more to make her laugh.
Right. But anyway, it's awesome. And now you have accentuating lines on your head.
And no hair to cover it up.
Wow. You kind of look like Avatar now.
Wow. Cool. I look like both avatars right now. Paint me blue and slap some lines on me, it'll be either way.
Okay.
Anyways, hi, I'm Ray. This is Dee. We're, as mentioned, Herpetology of the Apocalypse.
Also, we are silly.
We are silly.
As mentioned.
As mentioned as well. We are starting on page 258 or 259?
2529. We did 2528.
Okay. Then, do you have anything to say on this page?
Oh, yes, I do.
Okay.
All right. But first, we shall note, this is the week with the thing that you've been waiting for, yes?
Yes.
Okay. I'm like, because there are two pretty awesome possibilities here. I just wanted to say, perhaps even three if we want to split hairs.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious to see which one it is that you're excited about. But
do
anyway,
you have long thing on this, or should I? Okay, then I'll start first.
Okay.
2529. We see John reading the Wise Guy book, which almost killed him 3 seconds ago because he couldn't put his items down. That was what I had to say on that.
That's it?
Yes.
That's it? Okay. All right. Bonk. So this went down a rabbit hole, obviously. The finger chopper that Mickey Hades used to sell. So I looked up Mickey Hades because I did. And he is one of the all-time longest practicing magicians. He was in the International Magician Society from like 1943, and he died in 2023 at the age of 97. He was in there for 50 years, and they gave him an award for that.
Yeah.
Over 50 years. And he was the author of over 200 books known for The Makeup of Magic, which is a fundamental text. I linked to an article about Mickey Hades in here, so we'll have stuff. Also, because I scanned the book and I was like, ooh, that's pretty neat. I ordered a copy off of eBay because it's like, here's how to do basic magic tricks. Here's how to think about basic magic tricks. Here's how to analyze a magic trick and separate it into its component parts.
I'm sure it will be a delight when it gets here.
Or at least a resource, you know? House of Nerdy Books. The finger chopper. So I found a picture of the finger chopper. And it's a miniature guillotine. Let's see if we can get that up here. And
kind of looks like a birdhouse entrance, honestly.
Yeah. So this is where I was like, oh yeah, miniature guillotine, cool party trick, yay, very nice. They're still selling this exact same model. You can still buy it, blah blah blah. And then I looked up Blind Willie Buttermilk Stubs.
Okay.
And I went, wait, what?
Okay.
Okay, so the Blind Willie Buttermilk Stubs is mentioned on a page of this book, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a whole big story about it. And so I was like, wait, but when I look up Blind Willie Buttermilk, what's his name? Stubbs, what I find is that he is a Problem Sleuth character. He is one of the jazz greats in Problem Sleuth. So is this book a real book or not?
Oh, God. Okay.
So then I went back and I said, okay, I know this is a real book because people are selling it and they're selling it through magic sites that Hussey does not have control over. Mm-hmm. So it's a real book. However, it turns out the entire page is fake. Okay. It's based on a sample text from the real book, which may have been the only page that Hussey could have gotten access to online. So he took a real story that was apparently in the book, rewrote it in his Barty's Brouhaha Stuart Clemington voice, and mocked up a page for it.
God, I did not even fucking realize. Okay.
Okay. So I tracked down the original text.
Okay.
The finger chopper. Harry used to do the finger chopper in the close-up room at the Magic Castle. When I commented on his hilarious routine, he just shook his head and sort of brushed off the compliment. Years later, I realized that mentioning the finger chopper to Harry caused his mind to drift back to the days when he really did the finger chopper and really got a reaction. It was back when Harry worked with his girlfriend, Allison. And that's why I'm writing this all to you, because it's awesome. She was a normal and pretty girl in every way except one. Half of her little finger was missing. Now, don't get ahead of me.
Okay.
Harry had one of those little wooden finger choppers that Mickey Hades used to sell, the kind where the blade could be removed and clearly shown. It was a very convincing little guillotine that did not look like a novelty store toy. Harry would get a guy to examine the chopper and then cut a cigarette in half. Then he held the guy's hand up and told this silly story. Pointing to the first finger, he began, "This is the king, this is the queen, and oops, this is the evil duke. We're going to have to behead the evil duke." He slid the guy's finger into the hole and then held tightly onto his fingertip, uncomfortably so. Now Harry looked at the audience and changed the subject completely. Isn't it strange how cooperative a person will be with a magician? I mean, this guy doesn't know who the hell I am. This was long before Night Cart. I come out all dressed up. I do a couple of card tricks, so he jumps to the conclusion that I've been hired by this establishment. And then I come up with this line about an evil duke. Evil duke? What the hell is that supposed to mean? I bring out this device and demonstrate exactly what it does. And what does he do? He puts his finger in it. How many of you in the audience have ever seen one of those little finger choppers made by the Adams Novelty Company? The little ones with the trick blade. 2 or 3 people always raise their hands. That is what we in the business would call a trick finger chopper. How many of you have ever owned one of them? A couple of you. Is this one of those trick finger choppers? No, this is what we in the business call a professional finger chopper.
Oh my God!
Harry just kept on talking and squeezing. Pretty soon, a little bead of sweat would start to form on the guy's forehead. You look a little nervous. That's because you know what's going to happen. You just don't know when. That's what gets people. Not that it's going to happen, but when. That's why people can deal better with a hurricane than they can with an earthquake. You can see a hurricane coming and get ready for it. But with an earthquake, pow, right out of nowhere, it's Mother Nature gone psycho. People hate that. So in order to put you at ease, let's make Allison the clock. We'll pick a number like 3. No, that's too common. How about 4.5? Yeah, that's good. At the count of 4.5, it will happen. Now you can relax. You know what's going to happen and exactly when it's coming. Ready, Allison? 1, 2, 3, 4.5. At the count of 4.5, Allison extended her half finger. It looked exactly like the old gag where you bend your finger over. Then 3 things happened at once. Allison turned her hand around, revealing that she had indeed lost half her finger. A look of terror gripped the spectator's face, and Harry slammed down the blade. As Harry tells it, There were wet seats every time.
Oh my god!
Okay, so that's that version. But wait.
Oh god.
So the mocked up version it's Stuart Clan. Like I went back and read it again. I was like, oh my god, it is. New Orleans, 1977. The close-up room at the Magic Castle was this mean little box that tended to fill up with so much smoke you'd swear someone was cremating a wet dog in there. In walks Anderson. There isn't that much that gets liquor to pause its journey from the table to my lips, but that I'll be the bastard love child of a listless octoroon if that kid wasn't the cat that swallowed the canary in a dapper little hat. It looked like he was testing the tensile strength of his suspenders to damn near limit with a pair of cocky thumbs. I wasn't impressed, but I was a fool. Somehow, in my motion for another beverage, he'd already slipped into polite conversation at a table held down by some notoriously brusque regulars. He had them in no time flat. They were melting butter in his glass ramekins. Whatever tidy yarn he'd spun to win them over, I hadn't caught a word of it. One of them laughed. I was angry. Envious? Maybe a little. Yeah, you bet I was. Anderson had one of those little wooden finger choppers that Mickey Hades used to sell, the kind where the blade could be removed and clearly shown. It was a convincing little guillotine that did not look like a novelty store toy. Harry would get a guy to examine the chopper and then cut a cigarette in half. Then he held the guy's hand up and told this silly story. The story, of course, was artifice, a distraction for the guy and the audience while he worked his stuff with the chopper. Or it would become that, once his famous chopper trick was perfected, vaulting him into fame, fortune, and the crowning position in television judiciary. With what became his signature aplomb, Anderson was in moments a font of breast pocket gauze, profuse apology, and redoubling determination. It's really amazing how hard it is to find a bloody sausage-sized piece of a guy on the floor of a room that was dark and smoky. Impossible, I think we all proved. Just as impossible as blind Willie Buttermilk Stubbs going to find it to work his trumpet tomorrow night without his twiddling fingers. So the story that's in here is the first time Harry Anderson ran this trick, he chopped the guy's finger off. So he removed Allison, added in the Stuart Clemington voice, and changed the outcome of the story. Too fun.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for that comparison. I literally would have never known. Thank you.
Blind Willie Buttermilk Stubbs, which is why he has a missing finger. He was a real is based on Blind Willie McTell, a real person. He's more known from the Bob Dylan song Blind Willie McTell, which was based on another song, St. James's Infirmary Blues, and that's really cute. And I want you to link to that in the comments. I put a thing in here, but it's a Betty Boop cartoon, or it got set to a Betty Boop cartoon, and it's sung by Cab Calloway. It's just cute. Blind Willie McTell's famous song is Statesboro Blues, and he's actually Jack White of the White Stripes. He's Jack White's favorite blues musician. There we go. Okay, and that's it for that page.
Got it.
The epic journey of fact or fiction.
Wild is what it is. Wild. Okay.
Yeah, but now, here's the explanation for why he's Buttermilk Stubbs.
I guess when we eventually get to that point, we'll be like,
oh, also, Blind Willie McTell is a guitarist, and Buttermilk Stubbs is a clarinetist in the Problem Sleuth illustration. So there's that. Okay. Shenanigans. I have stuff for 2532 if I'm okay to do that.
Have at it.
I'm not going to read this whole thing because it's pretty standard. The trick on 2530 is also from the book called A Hole in the Ace, aka the A-hole trick. Mm-hmm. It is a real trick, but it's usually just called the hole or the moving hole trick. So he rewrote it and rephrased it a bit. But it's a real trick and people legit do it all the time. Okay.
So my 2530, I was looking at it and was like, wow, that's a great opening line. Went through it and it was like, okay, sure, height differences causing elf thoughts. but why exactly is this guy calling Anderson a climbing tree who bakes cookies as an elf? And I was like, I should know this reference. I don't. Um, so I went off and I was like, wait, there's the cookie elves from Keebler.
Mm-hmm.
These guys.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Which I'm pretty sure is the reference.
It is.
Yes. Okay, good. The Keebler cookies started up in 1853. Their mascot started up in 1968, apparently. Harry Anderson was doing shows in 1987. This was all under the assumption that this was the actual real book. And I was like, well, damn, I guess he really could have just gotten these things. Sure.
Okay.
I think the only reason I was confused about this whole thing of wait, maybe they couldn't have had the cookies at the right time was because I was also thinking of Harry Houdini at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Who was doing magic tricks in 1890, eventually dying in 1926.
Yeah. Harry Houdini, alive at the same time the Sherlock Holmes stories were being written.
Wild.
Wild.
Yeah. Also, there's a thing about John being like, hey, my hands are probably not strong enough to do this trick. And I was like, is it because your hands are not strong enough for the hole punches? What's going on here? It's kind of ironic because of the whole weapon kind hammer and stuff. Mm-hmm. But, you know.
I think, okay, so card tricks take a lot of manual strength or manual dexterity, and you have to have a lot of control. So it could just be cards, the 3x5 cards, and John hasn't hit his growth spurt yet. So he don't have hands big enough, and they're just kind of like smug.
Yeah. The same way I was a little kid who was having very much trouble with getting the ice cream out of the box with my little spoon versus today where I was like, I'm just going to go. It was delicious.
Okay. Good. Glad to hear it.
Yes. My next thing is 31 to 33.
Go for it. I just have notes on what happened in the panels.
Okay. This is the pages of John combining the two cards with the hole punches over them and slowly knocking everything off to put them into the alchemizer shenanigans and stuff. I was like, yes, we're making this happen. Also,
that's later.
Yes, but we weren't there yet.
Okay.
I was wondering about why the hammers were there along with John, and I was like, maybe the dead imp made them before it got killed. Yeah. Either that or Rose was just like, well, I'm just going to go ahead and mess with this, see what I can do with this, and decided hammers as much as we can was the right answer there.
Or that's the thing that was on the little pad that says, here's the totem. You put the totem on the pad, and then like every so many seconds, it just makes a hammer.
Oh.
Makes a hammer. Makes a hammer. Makes a hammer.
Didn't even think about that. I was also like, noticed that when John was kicking off the original blue statue, it landed perfectly onto the other little statues. Mm-hmm. That was what I got there.
Go, John, go.
Yeah. 34.
Makes a Slimer pogo hammer. Please tell me this makes a silly noise. I still don't know for sure.
It makes boing. And I said, and there it is, magnificent. It's also probably a good thing that like the empty card is so hard to like do shit with, because otherwise you'd have a late game item right there. It'd be like, I'm going to combine empty void with pogo hammer. See what happens there, and you start like deleting shit from the world with smacking it or something. That doesn't actually happen, but I'm sure it could have. God. Yes. Oh. Also, the hammer itself appears in an explosion of both blue and red, and uses 10 blue grist and 15 purple grist.
Okay, let me go.
Achoo.
Oh, okay. There you go. I was like, wait, there's an explosion? I must have looked away when that first appeared. Boink. Okay.
My next thing is 35. I think I'm going page by page here. It's been a while since like I had written this all like last week and stuff, and so
Okay.
I'm kind of going back here, going like, do I remember fully? Not entirely.
No, I have 36.
Okay, 35 for me. Pogo hammer. This is why I was upset about why the little boingy things aren't called pogos and stuff. Because I was like, this is the pogo hammer. All other things are wrong. It must be pogos, but it was not. You have 36.
36. The hammer is boingy.
Boing.
The imp watching John practice is both repulsed and intrigued.
I just was like, he feels inadequate with his like singular pogo.
I don't know. I just was like, in the spirit of having read the entry written in the Stuart Clemington voice, I was like, he's the the shale imp is both repulsed and intrigued. In the Pesterchum log underneath, Rose asks what he's doing. John explains and starts talking about Harry Anderson, but doesn't give a full recap. I was like, holy shit. Most impressive, autism boy. Okay, good to go.
Okay.
And the 37, I laughed out loud. I'm like, I hope this is what Ray is talking about.
Boing. Mostly I was talking about the making of the pogo hammer leading to further shenanigans.
Okay, because I was like, well, yeah, of course this was going to come up. So I wasn't really surprised by this at all.
No. No, but I'm happy to have seen the start of it and be like, this will go further places. That I'm like, oh my god, what is this bullshit kind of thing?
Mm-hmm. I knew that when a couple of panels from now, when we get the Roses looking through the I forget what it's called, but like the combination sheet.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if you combine these two cards, wait, we have a whole tab for that. It's gonna come out again.
Yes. 37, and there he goes. There he goes again, racing through the air. I was trying to do a there he goes, there he goes again, racing through the air. I don't remember the rest of these lyrics. Make fun of them, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember the rest of the lyrics either, but I know the song you're talking about.
I guess the power of two pogoing was just too much. Was the final thing on that.
Okay. One of the things in there is you get a vicious rhythmic bouncing combo going and easily slay the imp in one blow. So earlier there was a panel where we're messing with the pogo thing itself and like bending it back and forth, and that's how I got it to go, was like ba 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 ba. But first you had to start ba 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 ba. So I was like, wait, it's the same thing as the actual pogo thing. It works just like that. And John is moving with that same rhythm from earlier, and I went wavelength resonance. So it was just like spring versus spring. Yeah, and I love this panel. It's so great. Yeah. Okay.
38. There's a hand in this panel.
Okay, I wondered what the hell that was. I was like, I'm going to ask him again. What is it and whose is it?
I'm not allowed to say whose it is.
Okay. All right. So there is a hand in the upper right corner that appears to be reaching out of a small blue circle, and the hand doesn't look like a normal hand. Not that anyone in this fucking story has normal hands.
We've been seeing it occasionally pop up, and I think I've been pointing them out before.
Maybe once.
Yeah. Like, there was one when we were at Rose's place, and I was like, there's a fucking hand on the ground. And then there was another one we were looking at the Johnstad wall, and there was a hand there, I think.
Okay, I remember that one.
Yeah.
But I don't remember the Rose one. That does not mean you didn't say something, though.
Who knows? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
Indeed. Okay.
All right. 40 is my next thing.
Go for it.
Okay. This is the sweet catch moment of Rose putting a bed underneath John before he falls down in the hole.
Mhm.
And I mostly said, see, no bed sheets. Now he's going to get cold. That's what happened.
Because those bed sheets have been used elsewhere. It's fine.
They're down in the void. They got yeeted. That was the whole
Yeah,
John
but I
making
mean,
thing.
there was a fort.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now they're gone.
Okay,
How is he going to sleep now?
let's keep moving.
Okay. 41, 42?
Yep.
Okay. I like the paneling here. This is the for 41, it's scrolling down so that we look down the building of the house to eventually land on the bottom hole on the ground and seeing a giant foot down there.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next page is several views of a tree showing a second giant creature coming from the ground and stuff. And I was like, I really like the paneling here because it's very panorama looking, but doing it with like specific sizings of a panel.
Okay, so 2541. Yep, 2541 is three slightly different views of the same thing. Where the first shot is you look at John on the roof and you see the context of other imps moving around on the thing, and you think, or I thought, okay, he's going to have to get his ass up and smack the imps. He's got a little bit of time. Second panel is you get to see the hole in the wall, and you're like, there's something down there that's imp colored, but we're not really close enough to see it. The third panel zooms in on the imp leg, and you're like, oh shit, that's scope. Mm-hmm. The second one is not three views of the same panel. It is the tree outside cut into three so that you see the top of the tree first. You're like, okay, the the pogo toy is, or pogo standing uppy thing is in the tree, the top of the tree. That's where it landed. That's going to have to apply to the other stuff that's going on. The middle thing, you scroll down and you don't see anything new there. You're like, there's a rope for a tire swing in the bottom, the tire swing, and the thing crawling up. So that it's like two different ways to zoom in on something and give you more information at a, like, here's the introduction to the information and here's how we're going to pay this off. Yep. Yes. I thought it was very cute, very well structured.
43.
Okay.
Do you have anything you want to say on this?
I didn't at the time when I wrote it, but now that I'm looking back, I go, there was a lot of really neat John doesn't notice things behind him stuff, and I think this is part of that. Like, we know that the imps are coming. John does not know that the imps are coming. We're like, oh shit, he's just sitting here talking to Rose on Pester Chum.
Not doing anything not particularly interesting.
Yeah.
Tap tap tap.
And like what he's doing is trying and failing to get Rose to take over his life for him briefly. So like, carry me. Nope, can't carry you. Can't lift the bed. Defend him so he can take, so he can rest a little bit. Nope, can't do that. And she wants to go try some things in case Dave fails to save her. So that's setting up the next Rose thing too. I think that's good. And then John, who is like, probably hit on the head at this point, a bit dizzy, like passes out. Okay. He's not just falling asleep. He's like, I have been through enough and my brain cannot work. Bonk.
Yeah.
Turn it off, turn it back on again.
Yes. Okay. Probably. For me, well, I will first say about the sleeping thing. There will be continuously weird sleepy things that are going to happen through this story.
Okay.
I will not say further details on them because obviously we haven't gone on them, but also because I'm like, this is not the fun joke. I get to be 413. This is plot wise kind of thing. And I'm like, yep, all right, leave that be.
All right.
But for the thing I actually wanted to talk about here on 43 is about the whole trying to pick up item with someone else on top of it. This is a common tactic in speedrunning of like, I'm standing on, say, a flower pot or something. You stand on it, try and grab it from underneath you, and it will lift you up, kind of thing. But it's also been used a lot in something called troll physics, which is a thing of not Homestuck related. I will say that now. It's a thing back from when 4chan was a big thing, and they were like, we're just going to make fun of physics and be like, this impossible thing, I'm just going to make it happen by troll physics, which would be things like I'm going to start my car by having two magnets against each other and it'll like create energy to go forward with this car. Or I'm going to stand on this ladder, lift it up from where I'm standing, jump, and then move the ladder upwards until I forever go upwards, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And it got parodied so much that it ended up into My Little Pony comics, adding helium to apples to make them weigh less, and as such, you can buy more, that kind of thing.
Okay, you're going to have to link that in the description. Yes. Okay.
All right. Troll physics. The funny thing, though, the troll comics started coming out in 2010. This panel was in 2009. The Half-Life 2 also was released in 2010. So, yeah.
Ooh, okay.
So it really is the precursor for both of those things. And you're like, God damn, kind of thing. I thought it was going to be influenced by those, but no, it just is itself on its own at the same conclusion, kind of thing. I was like, neat.
Okay, so I don't know the timeline on this, but I ran into this thing, and you already know it, but I did not. What is it, a turnip or something? The thing about there is this weird object inside of a game that where you can't delete it because the game doesn't work anymore, and I think it's a turnip.
I think it. Well, for TF2.
Yeah, I didn't know it was TF2. I was like, what?
It's load-bearing coconut for TF2, but it was also secretly a floating cow prop as well, like a standout cutout. Either way, both of those were like, if you delete them, bad things happen. But the coconut's more well known. Anyways, yes. Okay. Keep going.
That's it. I just didn't realize it was TF2. I was like, you already know this, I'm sure.
Yes, I do.
I was like, where are there coconuts in TF2? Okay.
There was further things on that they were like, hey, we figured out the answer for this, but they sadly don't remember what that is. I think it's in... Oh, I don't know the map name, actually. Never mind. I'm just going to shut up on that. I don't know why there's a coconut. We'll go from there.
Somebody put some stuff on there that was important.
Yes.
Okay.
But it occasionally happens in other games, and you're like, what is this? It's the load-bearing coconut. Ah, okay. The same way you'll talk about, like, here's my rubber duck. I will talk to it to get my knowledge out, kind of thing. And so you call that rubber ducking, and it's a short term for that.
Yep. It is indeed informal programmer jargon.
Yes.
Okay.
Just wanted to include that.
All right.
My next thing is 44.
Same.
This is the page called Sleep, where John falls asleep while staring at the Skya logo. And then shenanigans happen from there. I don't know if you want to describe the shenanigans in there.
I'm trying to remember which one this is, because there's like a pair of things that are pretty close. I don't think anything really happens here. He just closes eyes on this panel.
Yeah. Z.
Okay.
Sorry.
Did I miss something? Nope, that's the other one. Okay.
I was thinking of the other one too.
Okay.
44. The music that plays here is called John Sleeps and is arranged by Toby Fox.
Nice.
It's from the original song Showtime by Malcolm Brown. And I was like, haha, first appearance of Toby Fox here in my notes. Yay.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah. Yep. Or maybe not in my notes, but in songs-wise, yes.
Okay.
We will see him again.
Yeah, I guess I don't really have anything else on this one.
Okay. 45. Here's the page you were talking about with the recipe list.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Alchemy Excursus. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, the recipe page kind of thing.
So I was kind of hoping that you would tackle alchemy shit here as a game. Because like cooking stuff, like this plus this equals the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
How far back does it go? Is this? I think this is probably not the first mention of recipe list
For game wise.
for game wise.
No, I didn't hit that. All right, I'll look that up for next time.
Okay, thank you. Because I know that you are a fan of alchemy and various. Let's put this and this together. That makes no sense. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing. Yeah, so I was hoping for more. Okay, 2546. Make sure I'm in the right spot. Nope, I am not. Okay, so Rose captchalogs the SBurb server CD, which is lucky. Just in our thing here, we know it because it is in a second the power is going to go out. So if she hadn't done it, she would have had to get like a pin to poke the derived tray to come out.
Mm-hmm.
The apocalypse is clearly closer than it has been before, and isn't like am I on crack? Or she puts the thing in a capsulog card,
Mm-hmm.
but isn't green the strife deck? Or is it just for John's that green is the strife deck?
I think it may be character dependent, but I do remember hers being purple. Okay, that's shenanigans going on there, I agree. It may be that the disc itself is radioactive and as such is affecting the card holder.
I don't know. Okay, but I thought that was weird.
Yeah.
So
I did not notice that. Neat.
Okay.
The thing that I had said was this seems like an interesting way to crash your game and corrupt it because of the whole taking it out while it's trying to play.
Oh, right.
And I said,
okay, fair point. Yeah.
Yeah. And I said, good thing the game's powered by magic bullshit. So, like, the world did not just end because of that.
Okay, so maybe what happened is time is a little fuzzy around these things,
Mhm.
and her ejecting the CD made John fall asleep. I doubt it, but
That would be interesting.
that would be interesting.
But either way, I was like,
Hun.
oh, don't do that. No. Anyways,
Okay.
47.
All right. So why does she slap her face?
Oh, because there's no capture log code on the back here for her to steal and send over to someone else. But I don't know why she's in particular like, why was I stupid for thinking this would work? I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know why there's not a capture log code on it.
I think that's because it's a game within a game within a game kind of thing, and you're not allowed to go this many layers above and figure this out. Kind of
wait. She's not in the game. She's not inside of the innermost game yet because she does not yet have Dave running her server.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it.
But point being, it'd be like, this is too meta for you right now. You're not allowed.
I think it's not meta enough.
Oh.
Because if Dave had been running the thing, then he would be able to see. She'd have all her tools set up, and all the new rules would apply.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't yet.
Yeah. Okay. What did I have on this page? I said no early game bullshit for you. Imagine combining that with other objects like the hammer, and that causing like visual glitching and stuttering. Another way of breaking the things, like I was talking about with the empty void card. At least with the empty void card, you could be like, yes, this will lead to further shenanigans, but will not destroy the entirety of reality of this game like it possibly would with the CD. I don't think either of those objects end up in use and stuff. I just was like, what can you do with this that could go terribly wrong?
You could take. Sorry, this is a joke for the olds. We could take the CD, smash it, and like tie it to the hammer and have it turn into a spiked hammer, just like an AOL disc.
Right.
Yeah, like you're not. This is a joke for the olds.
Mm-hmm.
The AOL used to send out CDs promoting AOL and saying, hey, sign up for us, you can do the thing. They sent out more AOL discs than Netflix used to send out Netflix DVDs. Like you would get like one a week and just go, what the fuck? And so people were like, well, building material? Question mark. So, trying to smash them. We're like, dude, these things are resistant. They're very hardy, And so they're, oh, you know what I did? I built my house out of, AOL, free AOL CDs. I just epoxied them together, whatever the fuck it was. And at some point, and there started to be an accumulated joke about, in case of the civilization crashing, we're going to have to go back to Stone Age tools, but it's going to be broken AOL discs, and we're going to make awls and axes out, adzes and axes out.
Okay.
So, combining things, she's if nothing else, if the world ends, at least she's got her AOL CD.
Okay, that aligns well with the whole Nokia joke thing. So that I've heard myself and been like, yes, we will use Nokias as hammers in the end of the world.
Yeah, I didn't get that because I think the Nokia thing is like a millennial joke. It's not Gen X.
I don't think Gen Z's had one of those things. We've just heard the millennial. Oh, Legos. Yeah.
I mean, Legos have been around for a while, but we didn't joke about stepping on Legos because it was not a joke.
Mm-hmm.
It was very serious.
Anyways, shenanigans further that way. Got it. 48 and 49 kind of together, but mostly 48. This is reminder, fire outside and very close. And then 49, I said, okay. Well, Rose's laptop is either really shitty and needs to be plugged in all the time, or wow, Sperb uses up a lot of energy just to run it. Possibly both.
Yeah. But anyway, dramatic moment, headcanon accepted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My next thing is 51.
Doll slap. Oh, I have 50.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you why this came up earlier, but this came up earlier, so Avatar: The Last Airbender was on my mind already.
Oh, yeah.
When she double slaps herself in the face, like the one time didn't trigger, but the both at the same time for some reason I was like, oh yeah, like Sokka in the Secret Tunnel episode where he's continuously slapping himself in the face until he's got a red forehead print there. So I went, what order did that happen in? Avatar ran from 2005 to 2008, so logistically it came first and might be an inspiration.
Okay, did not know that.
Yep, that was it.
And that has, honestly, I thought it was around the same time as Half-Life coming out stuff, or Half-Life 2 coming out, and I was like mixing up my times. I was like,
when did Half-Life 2 come out?
2010.
2010. Okay. I go like Half-Life 2 came out in 2002 or something, and I'm like, no, it's really Half-Life 1.
I think Half-Life 1 was the 90s, actually.
Yeah, it was a lot older.
Yeah.
Okay.
My phone keeps sliding off my pants because my pants are too slidey.
I have corduroy pants. My phone's not going anywhere.
I'll put it on your pants then.
Okay.
There you go.
See, I'm shaking my leg. It's not going anywhere.
Oh.
Brilliant. Okay. 2551.
Mm-hmm. This is the John Wake Up page.
Mm-hmm.
We see, well, first off, I will say the music here. This is, the song is, the song is called Skyin' Magicant, and it's once again arranged by Toby Fox from Skies of Skya by Mark Headley. This is, apparently, why am I reading so terribly today? And apparently the John Sleeps and Sky and Magicant are combined together on the Bandicamp page, like the two songs combined into one kind of thing. I will say further things on that later, but I will first say we get to see John's dreams a lot first, which involves a lot of clouds and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The clouds shape up to be like John's dad, Grist, and or Gummy Gushers, a shelf that we saw inside of the kitchen, the Harlequin sprite, cake, Harry Anderson, and finally a person shape. Then Sky is shenanigans, and John wakes up with a twitch of his head and is surrounded by imps. Like a literal twitch of his head, like wooh, kind of thing, which may go back to the whole headcanon we were talking about earlier of taking the disc out and John falls asleep. And now it got rebooted, that kind of thing. It's like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with there was some sort of reboot going on where he like either reality shifted or he shifted somehow.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's really the case. This is me hypothesizing. Like,
Yes.
this is gonna happen again. It's important. Very cool.
Sleeping is going to further shenanigans on the music stuff. Magicant, from the Sky and Magicant of the name. But Magicant is a location in a game called Earthbound. The music in that location is called Welcome Self and Labyrinth of a Dream. The location is only accessible in Ness's mind, which is the main character of that game, from what I understand. You get to meet previous versions of other characters just as memories. And I was like, hey, that reminds me in Undertale, when you finish the pacifist route, you're able to walk back through the underground and meet, be like, hi, old great people I knew, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, hey, that's cool. That's where he got it from. But Toby Fox in 2008 made a mod / hack of Earthbound called the Halloween Hack, and he made it for an event called Halloween Fun Fest on the site starman.net. This was the majorest first beginning, or well-known first beginning of Toby Fox doing game shit kind of thing. So it was like, aha, it comes together.
A full circle.
Yes.
Okay.
And that is what I have on that page. Thank you for listening. What do you have?
That's it.
Okay.
You covered it. You more than covered it. Anyway.
My next thing is 52.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's a scared little imp in the background. And we see that Jade is currently being avoidant on her future seeing powers. However those go, I will shut up on that.
Okay.
Besides that, blah, 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 talking about sleep. Sleep's going to be weird, but not in the Inception way of this is a dream and a dream and a dream kind of thing. Just would like to flat out say it's not going to go that route.
Thank you. Because that's right where I headed.
Yeah. Also, Inception was released in 2010. So
well,
probably there's things that Inception based and stuff
yes.
before that. So
I'm like,
but the actual movie itself with stupid ending is 2010.
Okay.
Also, I was looking up the word gaslighting for the definition because I was like, is Jade gaslighting John here about the whole don't think about this thing of stuff on stuff? I was like, I don't think she is, but I should look up the definition. Gaslighting is the psychological manipulation of a person, usually over an extended period of a time, that causes the victim to question the validity of their own thoughts, perception of reality, or memories, and typically leads to confusion, loss of confidence and self-esteem, uncertainty of one's emotional or mental stability, and the dependency on the perpetrator. And I was like, that's definitely not what John or Jade is doing. She's being avoidant and lying, but
last time was trauma episode. This time is not trauma. So
yes. Bean, shut up. All right.
No, you can keep talking about it. I'm just joking.
Yes. Just was like, confirm. Jade is not gaslighting. Grats.
Yeah. It's possible to lie without gaslighting. So, okay. She's just obfuscating.
Obfuscating. Yeah, all right. We'll go with that. That's what I have on that.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't realize until later that the imp was hiding. I thought the imp was trying to sneak up on him. I was like, okay, yep, sure. Rose advises him to listen to his grandmother's advice. That he takes, once again, John is able to, like, he's very direct, and he notices exactly that, wait, you haven't told me about...
it's Jade, not Rose.
Jade. Okay, sorry. Talking...
Because it's green sex.
Okay. Yeah, no. I wrote Rose down there for some reason. I knew it, but I didn't. So I was like, yes, he's a very direct person. Of course, he sees right through the, like, oh yeah, that, yeah, I didn't tell you that. I literally did not tell you that. But as soon as she goes like, oh yeah, it came from an indirect source, it vanishes from his head. He's like, it's fine. So another element of him being direct and missing anything that's happening behind him, like literally and figuratively. The waking up, sleeping thing got more complex. I noted that. Also, each of the characters has their own. I don't know if this is the right word, but my brain says you have to say it now. Circumlocution, like their characteristic way of saying things, and Jade's is very short sentences and lots of exclamation points and visual things, like very emotional, coded non-words. Like she uses punctuation, like E.E. Cummings uses punctuation. Like just it is a functional part of the syntax. John is very direct. He's like the normal one as far as like how they speak. Rose uses lots of indirect, roundabout, sarcastic speech, and Dave has his. I'm gonna slip into poetic mode and or rapping mode and just start rhyming. So even as a writer, one of the things that I learned was most of the time the characters they're different, but when you strip out all of their, like, who said this, who said that, who said the other thing, and their actions, and you just look at their dialogue, it's hard to tell who's saying what. If you remove the context, it's hard to say, okay, at a glance, without actually reading the text, who is speaking, where all four of these characters, you can look at them and not see the color text and not actually see the words. You can just skim over it with your eye and know who's talking.
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty cool.
Yes.
That was another. I was just like, oh yeah, neat.
I think you were talking about this with Blind Date with Death with me on that.
Yeah. Yeah, because stripped out all of the identifying marks, and I was like, yeah, I can't tell. I can read the content and tell who's talking, and I can sort out who is who by their emotions and their style of speech, but it's not visually discrete. It's not like so striking that you can't just at a glance tell who is who.
Yeah, versus this, you're like, ba-bomb, this is Jared.
Yeah. And sometimes that's really annoying, and it's hard to keep up with, and it like distracts the reader and kicks them out of being immersed. So having characters who sort of talk like each other is more like an organizational thing where it keeps the reader in the story instead of going like, oh yeah, dude, that's weird.
Yeah.
But anyway, here it works.
Yeah.
Shenanigans.
I have a joke I made on 254. You?
I'm looking at that because we can see John pick up the hammer and stick it in his striped deck. It is green, but it's not the same type of card as the one that Rose.
Definitely a different green as well.
Yep. Let's see if I have anything 254. I have notes, but is that anything? Nope. Just here's what's going on. The big imps are coming out.
Okay. Then my 254, we get to see the giant imp coming up with a book in his hand, boom, kind of thing. And I was like, you forgot pant, your pant, book. Thank you. 255. Rose has disconnected and is no longer able to help John. And it said, and now John must fight on his own. The tutorial has ended for him, kind of thing.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah. 57?
56. John be the imp. There's a character switch. The imp runs away, sailing gently downward with an umbrella.
Achoo.
I just wanted to note that because I thought it was a very cute, like, okay, so we're supposed to switch characters and the other character is supposed to do things to like help us out. Nope, bye.
As you do.
Okay, go for it.
This is the looking at the magic chest page. I mostly was like, hey, the chest. I kind of want to shove it shove it off and have it hit someone Home Alone trap style. Because it's at the perfect angle to hit someone.
I don't think it's going to kill any of the imps, though.
I don't think so.
It's just not that big.
Indeed.
Also, it's empty. Stuff has been stolen.
Yeah. 58?
58.
Okay. I scrolled into the broken tree limb here that previously used to hold the tire
swing.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that was what previously held it until I zoomed in and I was like, wait, what? Anyways, zoomed in and I was like, hey, there's some gold pixels on there, but you can't really tell the age of the tree for like tree rings or anything, which is broken. It's like, oh. But yeah, that's what I had on that.
Here's another one of those, we're zooming in on attention things. I'm pulling this out of my butt now. So the first panel is the base of the tree with the broken limb, which you pointed out. I didn't notice. The middle one is a picture of the very large foot crushing through the window and stepping into John's bedroom.
Yes.
And the third one is the foot pulling out of that window, scattering pieces of glass, and now we see the tire swing from the broken off branch. Also, there's an imp up in the tree with the the ecto pogo. So I think the imp is trying to get the ecto pogo in order to launch itself. Anyway,
be free.
Or wonder anyway.
Yeah. 59. This is where the imps happen finally upon John, and he startles himself. I said the description on there says you're being ambushed, and I was like, I don't think that's the right definition for it, but I looked it up, and no, I think he's right. The definition of an ambush: to attack by surprise from a hidden place. John definitely has been surprised. He moved over to somewhere else. There's now suddenly a hand popping up. He's like, kind of thing. So it really was an ambush. It just is a stupid ambush.
I don't think it's an ambush because it wasn't planned. Anyway.
60?
Go for it.
Okay. There is a Roblox game I used to play as a kid. There's basically this giant stilted house. You're trying to stand on it to avoid like natural disasters like lava flowing up, or you go underneath it to hide from acid rain, blah, blah, blah. There's also one of where there's like lots of little enemies will spawn and you have to get up high so that they don't murder you and stuff. It was visually, it's a terrible little house thing, and it looks exactly like that little panel there for how unstable and flopsy it is. Just was like, oh, nostalgia blast from how terrible this architecture is. Got it.
Yep. I don't have anything for that one.
Okay. 64?
Yep.
Okay. This is where we finally catch back up with Dave.
No. Oh, sorry. No, I have 61.
Oh.
I thought, okay. So 61, John looks down as the narrator and or user commands, and he looks the wrong way, which is a total don't go into the basement moment. But John never knows. Like, even though John knows that something is sneaking up behind him, not in a very sneaky manner. He looks the wrong way. 62, he stops to contemplate larger questions.
Oh God, the 61 looking the wrong way reminds me of Problem Sleuth. That characters aren't going to do your request the exact way that you want them to. Thing.
Okay. So what he's thinking about, he goes, it already seems like a long way down to your yard, not even to speak of whatever's below. Hey, weren't your trick handcuffs dangling from that branch earlier? Damn it, why do imps got to be making off with all your sweet gear? So, something I've been talking about this week, for a writer standpoint, is road mapping. And I think this is a really good example of how well has he understood that role and broke it. So a road mapping, when you're managing audiences with some kind of narrative work, you have two things to think about. One, that they have the information they need before they actually need it. So you have to set things up before the joke pays off. First you have the setup of the joke, then you have the punchline, right? And then the other thing you need to do is manage, once you get past a certain point, which is 5 things, once you get past 5 things that the audience needs to pay attention to, you have to start having to manage which of the 5 things they're paying attention to at any given time. This is how mysteries work. They give you like 8 things and they say these 5 things are really important, but it's really like number 6.
Yeah.
Right. So usually in a tense scene, the author sticks to things, they roadmaps, they remind the reader about the 5 things that are important, not like this mostly just happens subconsciously. Like when you're in a fight scene, you go like, who's my enemy? How far away from me? How can I use this package of chips to kill him? Like this package of chips has shown up 3 times. Rah! But here we are adopting a piece of a slower scene, which is like, why are we here? What's my purpose? So like the pace of the road mapping is off, but that's what makes it fun, because John doesn't know what's behind him, because he has like too broad of a scope right now in this moment. He can't focus on the immediate. He is focusing on the way too big picture. So I just thought that was really funny. Like, should I steal that? Yes.
Good.
I think that was it. Yep. And then I have 63. John turns around. He's gray because he's in the shadow of the big thing. And the immense imps appear, but they are not imps. They are crude ogres. Crude is an unrefined type of oil. So we go from shale, which is the rock, and crude, which is unrefined oil. And the text is Sassaker's Giant Book of Fun.
Yes. The one that I was like, you forgot your book.
Right, but it's
a
giant book for the giant ogre. Anyway. And there's a cliffhanger, and we're stopping at that point.
Yes.
And the cliffhanger is switches. Surely we will not be switching over to anybody else. This is it. You have no choice but to wage a fierce rooftop battle. This is totally going to happen now, and it could in no way conceivably be interrupted by a sudden shift in our attention. It's go time. It's time to do the thing. And we switch to Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff text, color red, and phrasing and font Comic Sans. And if you click on it, it will take it to the relevant comic of Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff hugging each other in a most manly fashion. Okay, that was it.
Okay. 64, yes, no?
No, I didn't. I was like, this is 30 pages plus, and we're switching to another major arc.
Yes. So. All right. Well, then.
Okay, so what did you want to get my reaction on from the combining the cards thing? Because you've been super wound up about this for a while, and I'm just like, but of course this was going to happen. So I'm sorry I am your anticlimactic moment, but what do you actually want to talk about?
For my own personal thing, I was excited about, all the combination things, as you're mentioning with the whole alchemy recipe thing. That's my side of it. I was like, assuming you would have some secret thing of like, hey, you missed a thing involving theological or whatever stuff for like alchemy. Not that, not necessarily I missed it, but as in like, here I was looking up this agnosticism, and this ended up here with alchemy, and here's how it combined into, here's things combined together in alchemy and that kind of thing.
I can do that for next time.
Okay.
Gnostic shit.
Yay.
Alchemical Gnostic shit.
Oh,
I should probably... I should I should text you a reminder that is secretly for me. Yeah, because on a Gnostic level, alchemical shit is the very, very little note that I know. Alchemical shit is on its own just fucking weird. But on a Gnostic level, probably it's even weirder. Like if we're looking at it from the magic point of view, where they're like, here's this fun spinny wheel. Let's combine all the things.
Yeah. That's what I was like expecting you to look at, be like, oh, hey, kind of thing.
No, I just was like, Ray loves this sort of game. Wait, you're not talking about it.
And together, we now have new things to look up and that.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Well, that's what I had that I was like, ooh, yes. What was the other things you were like, oh, I have 3 things that Ray may be like, I'm pointing to.
The alchemical stuff,
Mhm.
the alchemy page, the way that the two boingy boingies combined to blow John off the roof, that was pretty fun, and the very large imps.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what of these 3 things was your favorite mechanic? And I was like, probably the alchemy thing. But what made me laugh was the
Boingy.
The resonant boingy.
But yeah. Anyways, that's what we have this time. Anything you want to else add, babble about? Because so far this has been a pretty laid back episode.
I know. Well, okay, for context, last time it was pretty traumatic. So laid back is fine. I think that we'll just leave it at that until I can get some more on the alchemy thing. Because my brain's like, what do you know about alchemy? What do you know about alchemy? Look, I don't know very much about alchemy. Would you just stop? Let's look things up. Oh, what do you know about alchemy? You must know now. You must retroactively know. Thanks, brain.
It's so helpful. Always so helpful.
Yeah.
I think. Sorry, this is me babbling about the games that I do know with the alchemy combination things.
Mm-hmm.
The one that I most well known, I've talked to you about this. I've probably mentioned at least on the episode thing. It's the whole little boy is trying to combine eye objects in his room to create a monster to scare his little sister. However, this goes is up to the items that it combines. So you can do like a dirty sock, cheese, and pepper spray or something into there, and it ends up with a giant cheese dinosaur or something.
What is this?
It's a game. I do not know its name.
Okay.
It's old Flash game. So it used to be on Congregate, I believe. That's a site that used to hold all people's. Hey, I made my own little tiny game and I put it up on the site, and I will just hold all the things and stuff. Congregate's gone fucking downhill at this point. Anyways,
let's not do that rant again.
Yes.
Okay.
But there's that. But there's another game that I liked that's a VR game. Also, I don't know its name. Sorry, I just don't. This one's a tavern magic game of where you're making little teas and potions and stuff for like ogres that come in. You're like, hey, you want this thing? Have at it. Good luck with whatever you're doing with it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of thing. But it'd be like, here's a little weird dragon snippy creature. You cut off its head and throw it in there, that kind of thing. But then it'll grow back. And I was like, yes, this continues to satisfy me even now. Kind of thing. Yeah. So not very important. Just wanted to throw in the examples I remember.
Okay.
Anything else you want to babble?
Nope.
All right. Well then, thank you for joining us. Welcome to this laid back episode. We're gonna go eat some food now, I guess.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.